The Galactic Defense Academy looked less like a military institution and more like a cathedral carved from starlight. Its crystalline towers shimmered blue and gold, refracting the twin suns overhead. Cadets from every corner of the Orion cluster moved in disciplined lines across the Grand Plaza. There were towering Brachians with 4 muscular arms, slender Nerian felines with digitigrade legs, insectoid Valkyrie with gleaming chitin, and even a few shimmering Viren whose crystalline bodies scattered light with every breath. In this grand mosaic of species, Aria Vale looked painfully ordinary. A human girl barely 19, a simple cadet uniform, boots slightly worn, dark hair tied in a neat knot. She carried no special gear, no enhanced armor, and no exosuit bracers. Just a duffel bag and a quiet expression that drew more attention than any loud announcement. As soon as she entered the plaza, whispers followed her like a shadow. A Terran? Here? Humans can't pass combat division standards. Did she join by mistake? A few cadets didn't bother whispering. A reptilian trainee growled, "Hey, soft-skin strategy hall is that way. Combat requires muscles." Aria didn't reply. She didn't break pace. She didn't even look annoyed. She just kept walking. The academy represented the peak of interspecies warfare training. Only the strongest of the strong joined the combat division. Humans, by galactic standards, were adaptable, clever, strategic, but weak. Physically weak. Lacking claws, shells, natural armor, venom, psychic organs, or enhanced reflex glands. To the rest of the cluster, humans were support species. Pilots. Engineers, strategists, anything except frontline fighters. But Aria Vale's presence said otherwise. The cadets were lined up for their first test, the combat aptitude trial. The arena floor was polished obsidian, 20 meters of empty space inside glowing plasma barriers. In the center rested the dreaded opponent, a Mark V autonomous combat drone. Its alloyed limbs were folded tight, like a predator waiting to pounce. Its core pulsed with cold blue light. This was a machine built to test combat readiness, capable of overpowering even elite graduates. Cadets usually equipped reinforced gauntlets or low-level shield braces before facing it. Aria had neither. From the observation platform above, the High Council watched with thinly veiled amusement. Their robes, gold, violet, and crimson, flowed behind them as they chatted. Counselor Cithril, a feathered avian with a sharp beak and sharper tongue, smirked as he read the roster. A Terran? In combat? The registration office must be malfunctioning. Others chuckled politely. Only one counselor did not laugh. General Vrax, a reptilian war veteran with scarred scales and a heavy jaw. He watched Aria with a stillness that bordered on predatory analysis. "She walks like someone who has trained her entire life," Vrax murmured. Cithril scoffed. "Humans train for cooking competitions." Aria stepped into line, ignoring all of it. One by one, cadets took their turn. A 4-armed Brachian shattered one of the drone's shields, but was thrown across the arena by a counterstrike. A Nerian cat warrior landed several precise blows, then was slammed into the floor. A crystalline Viren moved with beautiful precision, but couldn't crack the drone's adaptive pattern. When Aria stepped forward, the arena monitor's voice rang out. "Combatant, Terran Cadet Aria Vale." The laughter was instant and loud. "Is she serious? She'll break her hand on the first hit. Maybe they want to test the medical wing's efficiency." Aria stepped into the arena with slow, even breaths. She removed her duffel, rolled her shoulders, stretched her fingers. Her posture wasn't the posture of a scared cadet. It was the posture of someone who had fought before. Someone who was ready. The drone's sensors flickered to life, scanning her small frame. It evaluated her as low threat level. Its stance shifted from caution to casual aggression. Above, Counselor Cithril leaned forward. "This should be entertaining." The drone activated. Servo's whirred. Claws extended. Aria breathed out once, slow and centered. Not nervous. Not excited. Just ready. The drone lunged. And everything changed. The drone launched at full velocity, claws aimed for a disabling strike to her torso. Its predictive algorithms calculated the fight would end in 2.3 seconds. It was wrong, because Arya moved faster than any Terran the Council had ever recorded. She stepped aside at the last possible instant, shifting her weight so lightly it looked like she drifted. The drone's claws tore through empty air. Gasps erupted around the arena. Arya didn't strike yet. She was studying it, watching the rhythm of its core, feeling the hum of its power. The drone recalculated, now seeing her as a moderate threat. It attacked again, a flurry of punches, spins, and slicing claws. Arya dodged each one with fluid precision, her movements effortless, almost soft. She wasn't struggling, she was dancing. Above, Counselor Vrax narrowed his eyes. There's discipline in her movements. Years of it. Sithril rolled his eyes. She's just lucky. But luck ended when the drone used a gravitational pulse to destabilize her footing, something it used only on the most advanced opponents. Arya stumbled. For a fraction of a second, the drone lunged, and she caught its arm, not with both hands, not with strain, with one hand. Metal screeched under her grip. The entire arena went silent. The drone strained to pull free. Servos screamed. Its core glowed hotter. Its arm joints vibrated dangerously. Arya didn't budge. Instead, she squeezed. The alloy cracked first, then bent, then snapped like brittle glass. The drone reeled back, sparks sprang from the broken limb. Whispers broke into open shock. Is she enhanced? Humans can't do that. What kind of strength is that? The drone attempted a last-ditch attack, launching its remaining limb in a rapid strike pattern. Arya stepped inside its guard, one hand on its torso, one hand on its shoulder joint. She twisted. Crack. The entire right side of the drone detached, clattering across the floor. With its internal balance destabilized, it tried to retreat, a machine built to face warriors 10 times her size retreating from a human cadet. Arya grabbed its core casing with both hands. Metal groaned. Sparks flew. The drone struggled, thrashing violently. Arya didn't raise her voice, didn't scream effort, didn't look angry. She simply said, "Still doubting me?" And then she crushed the drone's core. The blue light died instantly. The machine collapsed in a heap. Silence. Heavy. Dead. Absolute. The entire hall stared at the tiny Terran girl standing among twisted metal like she'd just cracked open a soda can. Counselor Sithril's jaw hung open. General Vrax slowly smiled, a predator's smile, the kind reserved for discovering a worthy opponent. The instructor stammered, Trial complete. Terran Cadet Arya Vale passes with exceptional marks. Arya didn't bow. She didn't smirk. She simply stepped out of the arena and said, "Next test, please." The council exchanged looks. They hadn't merely underestimated her. They had no idea what she was. After the disastrous humiliation in the arena, the High Council wasted no time summoning Arya. Cadets whispered as she walked through crystal hallways under escort. Is she a cyborg? Maybe she's genetically engineered. Or a weapon pretending to be human. Arya ignored all of it, her expression unreadable. The council chamber was circular, its ceiling a swirling projection of stars. 12 counselors sat in a half-circle, robes shimmering, expressions awash in confusion, accusation, curiosity, and fear. Counselor Sithril spoke first. Terran Cadet, explain yourself. How did you overpower a Mark V combat drone with no enhancements? Arya stood at attention. I trained. Sithril's feathers puffed in irritation. Do not mock this council. What technology did you use? Illegal augmentations? Black market muscle stimulants? No, Counselor. General Vrax leaned forward. Your stance, your breath control, your movement. You have fought before. Arya's jaw tightened. Yes. In human conflicts? No. Human training? The counselors exchanged puzzled looks. Sithril scoffed. Human training? What could humans possibly do to rival a drone built for advanced species? Arya's eyes sharpened, the first crack of emotion. On Earth, we don't have adamantine shells or venom glands. We don't have 4 arms or bone blades. We were born weak. A pause. But weakness forced us to become strong. General Vrax nodded slowly. Sithril looked annoyed. Arya continued, voice calm. My training enclave used high-gravity zones, survival duels, impact conditioning, and live combat drills. We fought drones twice as fast as the Mark V. Sithril spat. Ridiculous. Humans barely survive normal gravity. Arya cut him off. Not disrespectfully, but firmly. You judge humans by the colonies, not by the ones who stayed on Earth. A tense silence fell. Vrax broke it. We require verification. His voice rumbled like distant thunder. You will undergo the multi-vector combat gauntlet. Gasps erupted around the chamber. That's for elite graduates. She'll be killed. Impossible for a human. Arya simply bowed. I accept. As she turned to leave, Sithril hissed. If you fail, Terran, I will personally see you expelled. Arya paused at the door. Counselor. Her voice was soft, but edged with iron. I don't fail. And she walked out. The combat gauntlet towered over her, a multi-level arena of shifting gravity, energy traps, holographic enemies, environmental hazards, and adaptive AI. Cadets whispered from the stands. She'll last 10 seconds. Maybe 15. Humans can't do multi-vector combat. The gauntlet activated. Gravity shifted sideways. Arya ran up the tilted wall like it was flat ground. A plasma trap ignited. She flipped over it without slowing. 3 holographic enemies spawned. She disabled them with joint locks and throws too fast for most species to perceive. The council stared in growing disbelief. General Vrax leaned forward. She's not just strong. She's creative. Sithril was frozen, feathers trembling. The gauntlet shifted to Phase 2. 0 gravity plus 10 simulated attackers. Arya used their momentum against them, spinning gracefully, striking vital points, redirecting energy blasts. Phase 3. High gravity. Environmental collapse. Timed escape route. She moved through rubble like a creature born for survival, every motion economical, precise, instinctive. When the final timer stopped, the arena lights flashed gold. New record time, 3:12, a record that had stood for 300 years. The silence afterward was immense. Counselor Vrax stood first. He placed a fist over his chest, the highest gesture of warrior respect. Cadet Arya Vale, he declared, you have proven humans are far more than this council ever believed. Sithril sputtered. This must be examined. This cannot. Vrax cut him off. The law is clear. Any cadet who breaks a combat record is elevated to elite prospect status. Whispers exploded across the arena. A human in elite? This changes everything. What else are Terrans hiding? Arya simply bowed her head in acknowledgement. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't boasting. She was calm, as if she expected this. As she exited the arena, cadets parted before her. A young alien recruit stepped forward nervously. Cadet Arya, are all humans like you? She paused. Then she offered a small, knowing smile. Train with me and find out. The Academy changed from that day. Humans were no longer the weak species. No longer underestimated. No longer dismissed. They were the new standard. And Arya Vale? She was the first to prove it.